welcome back to my YouTube channel, Life Hacks with Lexi Rainey. And today I have my notes and we're going to talk about our experiences in high school. These are my special guests, my best friends, Cheyenne and Morgan. So, who wants to start?
Not me.
Okay, Morgan, I guess it's going to be you.
Man, high school, I don't know. High school is like its own thing. Like, it's completely different from college now. I feel like you just didn't know anything, so you just kind of go with the flow, and that's okay at this point.
Okay. Do you have anything specific that you want to hit on?
I think we need to hit on high school teachers.
Okay.
And how they do not prepare you for college at all. Especially they talking about, oh, when you get to college, they're gonna count tardies, they're gonna count absences. Teachers do not care. Yes, like some teachers do.
My teacher said that too.
They do not care. If you don't show up, then that's on you.
It's just on grade.
Right.
And your grade.
I don't think I can relate to that. I think for my school, it depended on the class. And if you're in your science classes and you know you're going, and they know you're going into like into nursing or into pre-med, then they're going to be harder on you and make sure that you're in class and stuff. I had one instructor that would say that he would notice if you weren't there, and there was like a class of like 100. And I'm like, I don't understand how you know, right? Yeah. But for some reason he knew, and he would make sure to ask us and make sure that we were going to be there, and it was crazy. And then there's other teachers that didn't care, but my school, the class sizes were usually small. So a lot of times they would know they were gone. It was usually like 30 people or less. It was only like the lecture halls where it would be 100 and something.
And they did not care.
And they did not care. But most of my classes were 30 or less, because the school I go to, they have smaller classes. Well, first I'm sorry, that was my fault. We should have said what schools we went to. So.
I go to the University of Kansas. I'm studying business administration with an entrepreneurship and English concentration.
Oh, English. Whoa, I don't remember you telling me about that. All right, well.
I just added it last semester.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Again, I go to Murray State University, and actually, life update. I just got into the nursing program. So, I actually was probably supposed to do a life update video first, but you know, it's okay. We're going to wing it.
So I'm going to community college, St. Louis Community College, Florissant Valley. I'm taking my general transfer studies, and I'm going to transfer possibly to UMSL and study psychology.
Okay. Sorry, we probably should have done more of that of an introduction. I'll load that for next time. That's okay. Okay. So, Cheyenne, what about your high school experience?
Like to encourage, right?
Sure. I mean, I want you guys to tell your truth about high school. Honestly, I mean, I don't want you to sugarcoat anything. Some of them are already, I'm sure some of the viewers are already in high school. Some might be going into high school or finishing up. So we can just do an overview of it all, talk about senior year, anything.
I guess my advice is to enjoy it while it lasts, I guess. Because, like, not saying college is horrible, but, like, it's not as easy. And so, like, while you have time to enjoy your friends and do, like, fun things and all that stuff, just enjoy that time. Don't try to rush through it, like, because I wish I didn't rush through it as much, because I miss the youth and being able to have my free time, but now with working and... I did think of something to say.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if there's any freshmen, like, even in like high school or college, but take your first year seriously. Yes. I think that's an important thing to take seriously, because I know people who aren't even starting off on a good foot, and it's your first year, and I know it could be new and stuff, but take it as seriously as you can, because if you're like goofing off and after like if you're goofing off and playing around by like your senior year in high school, it could be too late to bring up your grades.
It's so hard to play catch.
Colleges and stuff are looking at your transcript, and if you have like a bad GPA, then it's not gonna look good.
Your freshman year GPA will ruin your whole
high school,
college, right? Like, you gotta take it seriously.
And please, during your senior year, take it seriously. Yeah. Oh my God, you don't want to know. Okay, actually got sick and I was out for an entire week. I was having doctor's appointments and I was in the hospital and stuff. High school, my senior year of high school, and then it translated into my freshman year of college. So I was actually on the verge of failing 2 classes because I was out, and there were AP classes, so I had F's when I came back. I was like, oh God, I could graduate, and it was the worst feeling ever. And so I was happy that I did well all the way up until then, and then my teachers worked with me for me to do well. But if you goofed off the majority of the year and then that happens to you, you might not be so lucky.
Yeah, you won't have that like groove room to do any of that.
And they will not try to help you at that point. Especially as a senior, they'd be like,
no, you
like,
shouldn't
have been playing, basically.
Then your parents are going to have to come up to the school and talk to the principal. Please, we had all this family come in.
I've known people who have flunked twice, so...
I'm gonna just sit
and that's sad. Like, you do get talked about. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's not even I'm sorry.
It's to get talked about.
No, we're gonna do the Demi Lovato # sorry not sorry.
Right.
Because that's something you absolutely have to take seriously, whether you're going to college or not. I mean, it's very important when you go to college, but if you didn't do well in high school, didn't apply yourself, then 9 times out of 10 you're not gonna apply yourself even in your job. So you really have to be careful.
Yeah, and jobs aren't gonna like that either. Right,
like
all you do is play.
Yeah, then they're gonna fire you, and guess what? You won't make any more money.
I think even McDonald's require a GED, don't they?
You know, I think that did go up because before they didn't, but I had to do some research.
Right, like after a certain point, you gotta have your GED to do anything, at least.
So, you know, take it seriously for sure. And then that brings me to my my takeaways for high school of being successful. First, study. I don't care what they say. If they say, oh, I don't need to study, no, you're lying, because
I disagree. Because in high school, that's my downfall. I didn't study in high school, and I did great, but in college, just not studying.
That's what I was gonna say. You need to study.
Yeah, I regret not having study habits.
If you don't have any study habits, you're going to be screwed when you get to college, and that's something
because it's on a whole different level.
It is. I talked to my friend, and I was like freaking out. This was when I was failing, when I was sick, when I came back, and I was freaking out. And she was like, "But Lexi, you're going to be fine because you have study habits now. I didn't study at all in high school. I'm going to be screwed when I get to college." Her words exactly, and I was like, well, I mean, yeah, if you really put it that way, you're probably right. I mean, she's smart, so she's not going to fail or anything like that. But overall, it's something that's really true. You need to figure out your study habits, even if you don't think you need to study for that class. You know, just trying to review your notes every day, something. You just need to do something and get some study habits.
Like even the smartest kids fail.
Because A student in high school is like a B or C student in college if you don't study.
Exactly. It could be an F student depending on how hard your major is.
Or the class.
Like
some college professors are cool, but not all of them are cool.
Right. And not even that. I'm gonna take it to a different level. I know we're gonna do a series on this. I don't know if they're gonna be here for the whole series, because that would mean that they would have to come back to my house every week, and they have to work just like I do. So we'll try, but if not, I'll end up continuing to do the series where we talk more about high school and then go into college and all that stuff. But I forgot what I was saying now. Before all of that,
such a great build-up.
I know, it was such a great build-up.
I'm
sorry, I forgot what I was talking about.
You're gonna take this another turn.
Yes,
be when you write papers, you just be writing.
That's what I was gonna say. So with me, I was taking it to a different turn. It was supposed to be like in my life update video, which I'm not doing right now. But I actually almost failed one of my classes in college, and I squeaked by with a D. But it wasn't good enough, and so I didn't get into the nursing program the first time. I had to retake the class, and I got a C, you know, that's what I needed, but I got A's and B's and everything else. So it ended up working out, and you had to have at least a 3.0 to get in, but honestly, you probably need to be higher than that. And if you don't have it, you're not going to get in, because everybody that gets a 4.0 gets in first. And I didn't realize that. My first time applying, I went up against 6 people that had 4.0s. 6. So 6 spots out of 35 were gone. So imagine my chances after that with competing with people that couldn't even get in or not get in, but people that, so the way that they did it was the semester before, they didn't let anybody in.
Oh, wow.
Because they changed the curriculum and stuff of the nursing school, and so this next semester I was competing against everyone.
All the people that didn't
couldn't do it the semester before.
That makes sense.
Done. So I cried as soon as I opened the letter. As soon as I felt the letter, I said I didn't even get in. I opened it and I was rejected. So it does take time. I mean, it's okay to fail. It's okay to make mistakes. No one is perfect. You know, even if you don't graduate on time, I'm one to say that it's okay, because I was a type A person all my life. Still kind of am, but I'm not as bad as I used to be.
Yeah, at this point, if I get a B,
it's good. Right. At this point, if I get a C, praise God. Okay, forget the C degrees. Right. I mean, and depending on your majors, D's might get degrees too. Just pass, okay?
Right.
Just pass. So you can get the degree and get out. I don't care if it takes you. Some people I know are getting done in 3.5 years, and then other people, it took them 6. I mean, just get the degree.
Just do it on your own time. Like, I think the bad thing about like lately is that everybody thinks they should have something done at a certain time, and it's not. Everybody goes their own pace. Like that's the mental health thing. Like
I feel like that
if
was
you're not
me
mentally
too.
ready.
At some point, you know, when you first start, you think, okay, gotta finish this in 4 years, and gotta go to college, do 4 years, and you're done, and then gotta go to work. You know, but it's like,
especially in high school, because that's how they make it seem.
Yes.
Like they don't really prepare you for like the working part or
even
like balancing time
for what it's like to have a job. I can start my classes at 9 o'clock and be done at 2, and then have Fridays off. Like that's not what a regular job would be like. That's not. They don't prepare you really for each stage in your life. I don't think any of them prepare you for each stage of your life at all.
No, I don't think so either. I think it depends. Maybe if you get deeper in your major, because we're only about halfway done. So it's a little bit different right now because we are still getting out of the gen ed part, and so it might change. But a lot of times I keep hearing when you get on your first job is when you're gonna learn the most. The stuff in college,
like the first 6 months of work.
Yeah, the college, the stuff that you learn in college, it helps to a certain extent. Like you have that background information. But no, the real learning comes when you get on the job.
Yeah, because this one place I was thinking about going to, this dental hygienist place, they said that most of the time they just hire you because they don't teach you the way they want you to know.
Exactly. Each job has a specific way, so what you learn in the classroom probably don't even apply.
Right. At my job now, I have a paid internship, and so I took a class, and the stuff that I learned in the class, I had to unlearn it and relearn it the way that my job wanted me to do it. And I said, you just mean to tell me that I can learn all this stuff and can't use it? I mean, like, I could use it to a certain extent. Like, I still have
like
the
you
book.
have the knowledge.
I have the knowledge and the background knowledge, right? And I have the book that'll still help me, but it's still not the same.
Right.
You still have to read. I had to retrain myself. I had to write something, and I rewrote it 5 times before it was approved. And it was oh my gosh, when I tell you, I was so hurt. And it wasn't because it was bad, it was just the way that I was taught was different from what they wanted.
It wasn't.
So, you know, I mean, it's okay. So I said, so my first takeaway was learn your study habits, and my second takeaway is get involved in college. Don't be a couch potato. Again, like we said with high school, don't overexert yourself and don't get too involved. Like, do an activity here and maybe have a part-time job. And if you have to have a full-time job, try to get in something small that interests you, that it's not going to take up a bunch of time. But do not go to class and then go home and do nothing else unless you really can't handle it. But there's got to be something out there that maybe you will meet once a month even, that you can just do something so you're not just sitting in your room doing nothing, because you need to make friends. And I just think it's something that you need to do even in high school. We kind of went off to the college stuff. This was really supposed to be for high school, but it's okay. So learn study habits and get involved even in high school. Don't overdo it.
But I think that prepares you for college, because when you apply for colleges, if you have a great GPA, that's one thing. But if they see like leadership experience and what you're involved in, they'll take somebody with a 3.2 who's, you know, in leadership than somebody with a 4.0 who's done nothing. Because they're like, well, obviously you had time to get a 4.0 because you wasn't doing nothing else. And if you didn't have a 4.0 and you still not doing nothing, then they're gonna be like, why would he accept you? Like, you weren't doing nothing, you weren't focusing on school. So, like she said, getting involved is just important for yourself and also to get further in life.
What about your takeaways? And then we'll come back to you with your 2 takeaways because I know you kind of picked that.
I guess the same. Like, I guess like for me, like I guess since I was involved and I'm not as involved now, I'm not saying community college is bad. It's like I guess like the school I'm at, I just don't find anything really entertaining for me. So, come back to me. I need some time to think about the high school thing though. I'm thinking more about college.
And the one thing with going to community college, I'm sorry. Those are also fine. And if you can't find anything at your school, try to do something within your community. And I would recommend that for you too. I know you're involved in your church and stuff, but I know you need something even out of church. Maybe the Muni.
Yeah, I've tried like theater stuff,
that.
but
Yeah,
it usually
stuff.
doesn't work out.
Okay, well, I know you'll find some stuff, but definitely do stuff in your community if you don't see anything at your college. Just do something, volunteer. I don't care what you do, just don't, well, as long as it's legal. Woo, got it back on. What was I saying?
You said as long as it's legal.
Oh, yeah.
But
I do care. I do care what you do.
Change.
Stop, no, don't listen to her. No, definitely do something. Definitely do something legal. I mean, like, don't be a kid. No, don't listen to her.
I have something now.
Couch potato. Yes, please talk.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about friends. So,
Okay. Building your friend group.
Woo!
yeah,
High school.
like if you know your friends aren't really about anything in high school,
Come on.
chances are they're not gonna be good for the long run. So it's probably best to like ease, like not even just like ease, like you have the right to cut people off. Like it's gonna be okay.
And don't feel bad about it. I was the type to feel bad about it at the beginning.
I still do.
Yeah.
Like
And then
I still
didn't care
do.
anymore.
You do like, I mean, obviously, if y'all was close, you do feel like, man, that was my friend.
But you gotta do it for yourself.
And realize who your friends are. There's a difference between friends and acquaintances, and I had to learn that too. Everybody is not your friend. Oh my gosh, I hope the song Friends comes on while we're still on, because I love that song, and it just speaks so much truth about how people really are and how everybody is just not your friend. So I actually think the song is after this song. So, and this song is going off. So, okay, so.
But we're talking about
friends.
But yeah.
It's
Like,
Hey,
you
just
just have
your friend.
You have to be careful, like because like people will take advantage of you. Like don't always be there for people either. I know that doesn't sound good, but like when you're always there for someone,
It's okay
and then you don't, unless they're giving you the same energy,
Right,
like,
you have to, it's a give and take.
because if you're just giving and giving, and then you're gonna run out of things to give mentally, and then you're just gonna be drained, and then you're gonna be looking to that friend, and then they're gonna be like, and then you're gonna be like, oh,
Especially
You
like,
ain't about nothing. All right.
if you're using it,
Noted.
like high school tends like for lunch. If you know your friend ain't got no lunch money or something, and you get them your lunch, and then a few days later you don't have lunch, and they look at you like,
yeah,
they
what are you
eat their
gonna
food
eat?
right? Like
You gotta go.
But if they, if they see you got no lunch, and then they give you some of their food the same way, then okay, like that's somebody that's this just got your back. Something simple like that is really.
It doesn't have to be
important.
anything outlandish. You just gotta be. I can just help you, right? And then they do the same thing. It's a give and take situation. Don't let somebody suck you dry. Like, it's so awful to see somebody drained because someone is is draining them so much, and that doesn't even just go for friends, relationships too. Oh my gosh,
Relationships are ridiculous.
it doesn't. And you would think it wouldn't be so serious because we're 16 years old.
Yes,
but they can become very serious.
Especially because you're seeing that person, every day, and y'all can't even, like, if y'all had an argument, y'all can't even chill off on the argument because you got them in your face every day, and then everybody in high school knows everybody information.
Business, yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay, keep your relationships out of even your friend groups unless you really trust them. Tell only a couple of people, but if you really can, just scale it back as much as you possibly can.
Because like I guess like now with this generation, a lot of things about posting and
Yes,
like letting
do
everybody
not
know what
post
you're doing.
that
Don't
stuff.
like nobody. First of all, I don't even want to hear about your relationship on social media. Like,
Please don't.
sis,
Just leave it alone.
Like if
Bro,
you're posting a
stupid.
cute picture together, that's
Right,
fine. Or like
right.
if you're
That's
doing
fine.
things like, but like if you guys are having issues and
Fights.
stuff,
I
and
wanna
like,
see that.
I'm gonna just talk stuff about you. Like,
and it's not gonna help
Yeah.
solve it either.
It's
Like
not.
if
It's
you're
gonna
if
make
you're
it
really
worse.
truly having an issue, talk to them. Like communicating will take you a
It's
long
key.
way.
Yes.
Like dating someone for 4 years now, and like even going from high school to college together, we've had to grow up a lot. A lot of communicating has changed our relationship a lot, and it's gotten for the better. But if we wouldn't have communicated, we probably wouldn't have lasted.
and that's hard in high school too, because you don't even know how to express your feelings
Like,
in that
properly.
way. Right. So
Because like they're not really teaching you, and like if your parents are kind of strict, they don't really want you to
exactly.
either.
Right. You're not even supposed to be in a relationship. So
Well, with me, I had a couple in high school. I was in an on and off relationship for about 5 years, and we had a lot of problems, and we probably shouldn't have lasted as long as we did, to be completely honest. And I mean that in the nicest way possible, honestly. It was toxic. If you know you're in a toxic relationship,
Yes.
even if it's not physical, like we didn't hit each other.
It could be like
that.
verbally or
It could be-
mentally.
I think that's the
If it's
biggest
men-
one. People think
yeah,
just because it's not
because
physical,
then it's not bad.
Yes.
No,
But
if
I've always
it's
seen
But like if
worse.
someone's playing mind games,
yeah,
all
or
that
if
stuff.
they're just draining you, or if you just feel
You're
like really
giving.
negative
Yes.
energy, just leave it. It's okay. It will be okay. Just get out of it. And I had to learn that. It was hard because we really cared about each other, loved each other, but it didn't work, and that's okay. You know, we're both living happy, healthy lives, hopefully, and it's all good. And so, yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that.
I had 3. This could sound so bad. I had 2 actual boyfriends in a situationship.
I am hollering.
I am so weak.
But yeah, we just gonna leave it at that. That's why I'm still single.
I think I had a situation. Well, not situation. Like we talked
Yeah.
freshman year, and then the other guy I've been with forever. So
That's the worst thing about high school too, because it's like you don't know what none of this relationship dating stuff even means, and you over here calling somebody your boyfriend or whatever, and all talking and
and then
taking.
you think about it now, you're just like,
Yeah, it's like you like
This
what
wasn't
was I
it.
doing?
If anybody sees this, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings.
I'm sure none of my my exes will be seeing it. I've only
I
had,
hope they watch it.
I've actually only had 2 exes, and the other one, there was nothing wrong. It just, we were in 2 different places in life, and I went off to college, and everything just changed, and it was hard. And then I got sick, like I said, and I was involved in way too much again. Sick on top of it, in and out of the hospital, had to go to the emergency room a couple times. When I tell you my freshman year was awful of college, it was awful. And so I was just like, I can't have a boyfriend, I can't be in the hospital and deal with my health, I can't deal with my classes and all my extracurricular activities on top of it. And so I had to start cutting stuff. And that was the hardest decision I've ever had to make, because we really cared about each other and we're trying to eventually have a future, and it didn't work.
So I think that's the first step, is being able to acknowledge that something has got
Has
to
to
go.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you had to do it for yourself. Like,
Right.
and if you can't understand that, then you know.
And that's when the problem comes in. So any more takeaways? I don't know
I
if you
think
actually said yours.
Mine would definitely be mental health, like just not overwhelming yourself when you're getting involved in things or taking, these hard AP classes, and just building your friend group, have different groups of people that you can talk to, but also just have that, those 2 or 3 people that are just, your circle, the people that okay, they'll be there for me for whatever.
Right.
That's important.
Like us. By the way, we've been friends, if you didn't know, for about 13 years. So that's why it'll be 13 years in August. We met when we were like 7 or 8. What do you want to tell the high schoolers or the incoming freshmen into high school, whatever? Morgan?
Have fun, and just make the most of it. Get involved and just willing and able to learn. I think that's the biggest thing.
Adapt.
Yeah, get out of your bubble.
Because the easier you do that and the faster you do it in high school, you'll be able to do it even more in college, because that's going to open up a whole new world for you, especially if you go away. Even if you don't, you know, going on campus, and it's just going to be different from going to high school. But definitely if you go away and you're not going to see your parents all the time when you're in college, so definitely I agree with her. I'm going to piggyback off of her. And be willing to learn and get out of your box. Try new sports, retry new sports if you find that you like it and didn't make it. I did not do that when I was in high school. I tried out for the basketball team, did not make it, and said screw it, and did not try it again, and I should have, because I had family members that were like basketball coaches and stuff, and I had it right there, and I was so upset and hurt that I didn't make it that I didn't even try again. So don't be like me. A lot of this video is don't be like me. I'm a lot better now, I promise. We'll get into the good stuff about me in the next part of the series. Okay, Cheyenne.
Okay, I got this. So, I guess what I got from it, like, well, high school and all that stuff, is like, I guess something I'm still like, just enjoy it and like get involved. Man, I feel like I'm just saying the same thing.
But that's okay. It's just a conclusion.
Oh,
It's also like the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's why I said key takeaways and stuff that you
Okay.
want the incoming freshmen and stuff to know.
okay. Take care of yourself. Try to like not grow it complete independent, but try to like start doing things on like your own.
Yeah.
Like it will help develop like dependability.
Learn how to cook.
Like you think you
cannot-
won't need it in high school, but you
not, yes, like you just need to learn how to cook. in high school.
it'll be so much better for when you go off to college. And
Yeah,
you'll
because
get there.
eating ramen noodles, well, even though you don't have a lot of options, because if you're living on campus, you can't cook anyway, but you can probably learn how to cook other things depending on the school you're at.
Yeah, if you're
but
at
eating
the-
ramen noodles is not good for you. I've seen people build cars with them. Not good idea.
Yeah. You can do meal preps on the weekend. I'm learning how to do that because I have
That's a good idea.
I have a kitchen in my college, and so I can go and cook. And I cooked a lot at the beginning, and then I got busy, and then I didn't. And so I started eating out a lot. Not a good idea. It hurt my stomach and my bank account.
Yeah, that's the
Same,
biggest thing.
yes, high school,
That's the
same.
biggest
Yeah,
thing
money in
that
high school for
I've
college.
learned, even in college right now, is that you don't have to eat it every day. I would be like, I'm hungry, don't feel like cooking, let's just go grab something. It's actually, and you can have more fun that way too, like looking up new recipes and stuff. Like, I suggest trying to figure out how to cook. A lot.
Yep, that, and not only cooking, but cooking healthier versions of the stuff that you like, because you know the fattening stuff, you know, the burgers and things, that's good
Yeah, it
every
can be
once in
good.
a while, but having all of that is not going to be good for your body. And so
In the
even
long run.
in our long run,
Yes,
even if you think you can burn it all off in high school, you probably can for a while.
Yeah.
But after a while,
Yeah.
no, it's going to
Building
hit you.
good habits in high school is what is important. Study habits, eating habits, you know.
It like exercising,
Yeah.
like exercise too.
Yes.
Saving your money.
Because like once you start getting busy, you're not gonna want to exercise as much. But if you already are building that like routine to exercise,
Yeah.
then you're gonna already want to. If that makes sense.
Because it's a lot easier in high school because you're like, your schedule is more set. You know, like you go to school, come home, get a snack, you know, eat dinner. It's like do homework. It's a lot more scheduled, so you can fit in stuff easier and just keep going with that routine.
Yes. Last thing, promise. So when it comes to part-time jobs, get it when you feel like you're ready. Don't get it when you feel like you have a lot of stuff on your plate and you see everybody else is working and stuff. Don't do it because everybody else is doing it. And
Yeah, because I didn't even have a job in high school.
I wasn't allowed to have mine until the summer before my senior year because my parents told me you need to focus on your education and getting into college. And that's very important if that's what's important to you as well. But definitely, if you feel like having a part-time job is going to be too much on top of being in sports, especially I knew people that were working and on the varsity cheerleading squad and in AP classes. Y'all, I don't understand how you did it. I did not start my job until after I was done on the varsity cheerleading squad and stuff, and I had a bunch of AP classes too and had to go to like 4 games a week. Oh oh my God, I don't know what I would have done if I had a job. And I know people that did that. God bless you.
Yeah, only worked in the summer.
Most of my friends besides them were a year older than me, and they had jobs. So I was like, I want to work too. So you know, I started working at the end of my junior year. It was like April, like right after my birthday, at the end of my junior year. And I mean, then it was the end of the summer, so it wasn't that bad. But my senior year, oh my God, I was tired. Like every day, I would be going to sleep in class. Yeah,
they went to the same school. I did not.
It was, yeah. I mean,
yeah, she left us.
I'm sorry. I left them in middle school. I didn't have a choice though. So
yeah, because like my mom, like she didn't even want me to work. Like she didn't like senior. Like you should start working. I'm like, you just said not to. So I'm already like, it's like I worked in the summer, and then the job I had, they didn't want kids who work. I mean, went to school, so I had to leave. And
it was nice, like having the money and then being able to save. But when I tell you, like, I was so just out of it senior year, because I was going to school, then would go to marching band practice, then leave practice to go straight to work. Wouldn't get off work till 10 o'clock, and then still have to do homework. So I wouldn't be going to sleep till like 1 or 2 in the morning. And I was in AP classes, and it was.
I didn't do that. I worked a whole lot in the summer, 30, 40 hours a week. As soon as school came around, guess what I did? I dropped 2 weekends. If you have to do that, that's fine. And try to get acquainted with your bosses so that they'll be more understanding with you. Because my job, I worked at Office Depot, and they were very understanding, and they were like, if you have homework, you need to go. So
do your best, eat healthy, drink a lot of water, and
hydrate or dihydrate.
Yeah,
that's what we say.
Hydrate or dihydrate, that's cute.
Yeah, take care of yourself and just give it your very best. I think that's all I can really say. Like, if you give it your very best, then there's like nothing anybody can say to you.
I agree. Give it your all. Don't overwhelm yourself, and just try to develop really good eating habits, exercise, study habits, all of that. So when you get to college, it'll be a lot easier for you.
I think try new things, like just go to little different activities that they have in the school, or go to all the homecoming parties or whatever, and just like figure out what you like. And then once you find something you like, just learn to get deeper into it, specialize in it, see what all you can do with that. And that's how you can make the most out of those 4 years.
Well, thank you for watching, and we will continue to do more videos. I hope they'll be here for some of them, but if not, you'll see me. So I hope you like me. But it's been great with my two besties, Morgan and Cheyenne, and I hope you continue to watch Life Hacks with Lexi Rain. Thanks. Bye.